Hi, I'm Diane McConaughey with Remax Select Realty, and I'm here today with Jennifer Burnett, Branch Manager of Princeton Mortgage.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. We're going to talk to you about pre-approval versus pre-qualification to start off.
There is a difference, and a lot of times in the industry we see these terms being interchanged. Pre-qualification is simply a pull of the credit. Income and asset documentation have not been verified on a pre-qualification. That is why it is so important to make sure you're working with a lender that is actually pre-approving you. They're pulling your credit, they're asking you qualifying questions with regard to your income, they're obtaining your income documentation, and then they're also doing their due diligence with regard to any assets you intend to use for your upcoming home purchase and obtaining that documentation as well.
And I think it's important to note that a buyer cannot place an offer unless they have that pre-qualification or pre-approval.
Correct. And obviously with, the way the market is right now, Diane, multiple offer situations, having to be competitive and get creative when submitting an offer, you want to get a pre-approval as it's going to carry more weight. And here at Princeton Mortgage, we offer a fully underwritten pre-approval. We call it the Princeton pre-commitment.
Okay. And we have found that in a multiple situation, more offers have been accepted with a pre-approval versus a pre-qualification.
Absolutely.
So how long does a pre-approval, how long are they good for?
That documentation is valid for 60 days. With clients that haven't yet purchased within that time frame, we just stay in touch with them and obtain updated documentation as needed. With regard to their credit, everyone wants to know how long their credit is good for. It's good for 120 days. And again, if someone has not purchased a home within that time frame, we keep everything intact, and when they go to make that next offer, we will repull credit at that time, only when they go to place that offer, to ensure that nothing has changed substantially.
Talk to our buyers a little bit about the importance of utilizing a local lender versus an internet lender.
So this is coming up more and more. With regard to internet lenders, there's a couple things to watch out for. First and foremost, you really want to work with someone local. You want someone, given the temperature of the market right now, someone that has a good grasp on what's happening, how property values are increasing, supply and demand, simple economics, whereas an internet lender that is not local here is not going to have a good, accurate grasp on that. Also, what we find oftentimes with internet lending is they're not doing their due diligence. The client is simply going to an online portal, entering in their information, and that internet lender, if there's even a human involved in that process, they're not doing their due diligence, digging deep, and obtaining the documentation. So local lenders are really going to care about you. You're in their community. They're going to have a good idea of what's happening with property values, and they're going to do their due diligence and look out for your best interests. My team and I, we do take more of a consultative approach. So we're asking short-term goals, long-term goals, how long they intend to stay in the property, because all that's going to drive what type of loan recommendation we make.
Well, I appreciate your time today, Jennifer. It was
yeah,
great
thank
speaking
you.
with you.
Good to see you.
And we will get into a more in-depth lender series further on down throughout the buyer process.